All right, all right. Good morning, Cowboy family. And here we are on a Saturday enjoying our weekend. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. And let me first say that we left our prayers up for those um, on the West Coast. Man, there's a lot that's going on the West Coast out there, man, with the weather and everything. So hopefully, it's like crazy on the West Coast right now. In some areas, but we definitely want to send our prayers out to them as they go through such a trying time on the West Coast. So, from the Cowboy Huddle, we want to say, you know, we wish you guys the best and hoping everything turns out for the best for you guys over there. That's dealing with the situation with the weather and everything over on the West Coast. So with that being said, we would like to say, what's up, Cowboy Huddle? It's your boy G, the number one Cowboy fan, Hampton, coming at you live, direct, and correct with some Mo news. That's right, I said Mo, M-O news that you can use. So here we are. There's a lot going on. And I don't know if you guys been watching, if you guys been paying attention what's going on, but there is a lot of moving, shaking, and baking going on, and some cutting and releasing and kicking out the locker room and things like that. There's a lot going on. Hold tight. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. But anyway, let's talk about what's going on. There's a lot of shakeup. So I really want to get with you guys and talk to you guys what is actually taking place. As you guys have heard, probably have or have not heard. Well, now we know that Dallas has freed up $30 million. $30 million. And let's talk about how that took place. So right now, as it stands, and a lot of this had to do with Dak and Zack Martin. So right here where it reads, this is by the Cowboy Wire. That's kind of early, but anyway. It says for Dak Prescott, he had 4 years remaining on his deal, 2023, 2024 are real years, but he also has 25 and 26 years on the contract where he isn't actually under contract. So what he's saying down here says those are fake years that are in the deal but void out before they take place. Okay, so we can understand it. So now we see how this 30 million was actually generated. So if we go down here in this area here, it also talks about Dallas turned 29 million of Prescott 31 million salary into a bonus. 29 of the 31 went from base salary to a bonus. Okay, so which is leaving around $2 million of base salary. Okay, so that bonus is split across the 4 seasons at 7.25 million each. So we can go down a little further. So instead of 31 million plus the 18.1 million for a total cap of 49, Prescott hit is now for 2 million. Okay, so that's one reason how we got to the 30 million, along with Zack Martin. Zack Martin got money up front as well. So now that we know what has taken place and how this money was freed up, that's some money that can be used. We still have to do some work with some other players. It's been told that they're talking to Zeke right now, trying to get his contract down to $6 million a year. So that'll free up another 10 million, to use towards free agency, things to that nature. Also, I think there's still some talk about Connor McGovern, what they're going to do about Connor McGovern. Is he's going to be signed to a new deal? We still got Leighton Vander Esch. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on. So now that we got that 30 million, let's talk about what do we do with this money. So right now, let's talk about free agency. And where we are right now, look like we're going to need a backup quarterback. Yeah, so We got to add someone. And right now, I was pulling up a list of quarterbacks that's out there. There's a gang of quarterbacks out there, from Joe Flacco to Tom Brady to Teddy Bridgewater to who we got, Jacoby Brissett. So there's a lot of veteran quarterbacks out there. But one I did see. Now let me say this again, guys. I'm not this disclaimer. Let me throw this disclaimer out there. I'm not saying and telling you what the Cowboys are doing. I'm actually just reporting on what I've researched and what I'm sharing with you guys. But what I just showed you, that is the assumption of how they cleared up the 30 million. So I'm not uh, in the locker room. I'm not in the war room with the Cowboys. Excuse me. This is just my research, what I've done. Now, what I'm telling you is nothing what came actual from the Cowboys, but it's just the things I've been doing research. So enough of that. So here it is. I was looking at some of the free agent quarterbacks that's out there, and I just list off a few of them so far. Some has some different, you know, they got some tags on, in order to get them as a free agent. But there's one that stood out to me, and I want you guys to kind of just think about this. This one individual, his name is and which we all know who he is, Mike White. He went over there with the Jets and kind of lit it up for a while. So right now he's only due what 800. What was it? It was like $850,000. See, you gotta understand. I'm one of those that it's about saving money. Taking money and stretching as far as you can. So now, yeah, we can go out here and probably get somebody. Let's see who else is out here. Let me show you. We can probably go work on another quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater. Do you want to deal with Teddy Bridgewater? Who else is out here? Baker Mayfield, which his market value. So it makes sense, and Mike White makes sense. As a backup quarterback. I mean, we still have Drew Lock, Brandon Allen, Josh Johnson, uh, Bryce Perkins. So it's a lot of backup quarterbacks out there. But personally, with me, I'm going to go with I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Mike White. You can get him for cheap. Now, not necessarily saying that we won't pick up a quarterback in the draft. It's a great possibility that we will probably pick up a quarterback in the draft as well. We might as well. Now, with that being said, knowing that the Cowboys restructured, I know I messed that word up, restructured Dak's Dak's contract, what does that mean? Now, we was also looking at that there's a possibility that they could do an extension. They didn't do an extension. They restructured his contract, meaning we might see a quarterback. Now, some are saying that we might pick one in the fifth round, sixth. Why? Why even go pick that deep in the draft if we're looking for a competition at quarterback? Because when they restructured Dak's contract, that means basically anything can happen in the next 2 years. This year and next year. I mean, this year and next year, to where we could bring in another quarterback. Who knows? We don't know what. Excuse me. We don't know what's on Mike McCarthy's mind and how he wants to run this offense. So, is Dak the guy that he wants to keep to run his offense, or is he looking for something a little different? But this will be, and I said this about the Cowboys. This is second chance you. This team this year has a new name called Second Chance U, because we got to get a lot of players. Second chance. Dak Prescott, Michael Gallup, Leighton Vander Esch, if you want to say that. Who else is out there? Tony Pollard, second chance. So yeah, this is a second chance U this season. This is the name of the Cowboys, Second Chance U. But again, we don't know how Mike wants to run this offense, but it's definitely going to be tested this season. We even got to give Mike McCarthy a second chance. He's part of Second Chance U as well. So running his own new offense. So so we don't know how he wants to run this offense, but Again, when we're talking about quarterbacks, Mike White makes perfect sense to bring in as a backup, along with a good draft. I say round about the third pick. I mean, not third pick, third round. Third round, I think you can probably get a good quarterback, but I know this is my opinion. Some are saying, oh no, we got to get an edge rusher, things like that. But again, this is just what I'm thinking as far as when we're talking about free agent at the quarterback. Mike White is one that I look at. Um, Here's something I want to share with you guys. Let's look at this here. Let's look at this here. All right, I want y'all to check this out. When we talk about free agency and we're talking about receivers and we talk about Odell Beckham versus DeAndre Hopkins. Now, true, we would love to have DeAndre Hopkins if we had to choose between the two because we feel it. I think we all think that DeAndre Hopkins is probably a better uh, fit, well, we say fit or a better player. To each his own. But financially, what makes sense is Odell Beckham. Now, according to Odell had a workout on yesterday, and he worked out for I guess several organizations. Not haven't heard if Dallas was there or not. But when we talk about Odell versus D Hop, do you want to take 19 million, in which D Hop is also saying he wouldn't mind restructuring or redoing his contract, to be a part of the team or whatever team. But and I look at this here. Here we are talking about D Hop as a new receiver coming in and giving him 17, even probably 16 million to join our team. And it's just a big slap in our face, knowing that we had a receiver. We wouldn't even be at this point right now talking about receivers due to the fact that we allowed Amari Cooper to get away from us for a 5th round pick. It's terrible. And here we are talking about receivers again. Why? But so this could be the possibility with DeAndre Hopkins, and maybe you might have to give up a few picks, which that's something that we don't want to do, but it's a possibility. It could happen, but why would you? Versus you have Odell Beckham as a free agent that you can I would say probably offer probably anywhere from 8 to 10 and a half million a year. Do you want to do that? It's cheaper. Now, with that being said, we have a video. This is our guy. Let's check him out. He's working out. And little workout right here. Look like that knee is really working for him. And he does what he does best. Catch that ball with one hand. So yeah, he gave a workout on what was that? I think it was yesterday. And from what I'm seeing right here, he's trusting that knee. So again, we can do the versus Odell Beckham versus D Hop, and both can probably help our offense. But what really makes sense is Odell Beckham if you're going to bring a receiver back. But what makes more sense? T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. Hilton. Reason I say we probably get T.Y. Hilton probably even a little bit less than what we'll get, Odell Beckham for. But I say T.Y. Hilton because of the veteran leadership in the locker room. That's something Jason Peters brought to the locker room, veteran leadership. We need that veteran leadership on the offensive side of the ball. We need some toughness on the offensive side of the ball. I just think our offensive side, we have no swag. I mean, we know CeeDee Lamb likes to dance in the end zone and he likes to do his little thing. But I don't see no toughness. I don't see nobody get in somebody else's face, talk trash. And like I said, I know that doesn't make a team, but I'm just saying we don't see that toughness. They play football. I've never seen nobody on outside of Terrence Steele. Terrence Steele will get up in your face, and no one tries Tyron Smith. So, but Terrence Steele is probably the toughest guy on the team. Yeah, it's me. But it just I don't see the toughness. Maybe Odell Beckham can bring that toughness to the team. The swag or something like that. But anyway, so yeah, this Odell Beckham, working out. Um, I guess this is the day that he actually worked out for the other organizations or whatnot, whatever. But yeah, he did have a workout. But it makes, like I said, it makes a lot more sense to bring in Odell. If you're gonna look at the two, it's probably be best to bring Odell over D Hop. Again, with D Hop, you're gonna probably have to take on some of that money, and you're gonna have to probably give up a pick because it would be a trade and not free agency. So instead of talking D Hop and Odell, it should be T.Y. Hilton and Odell. Just my thoughts. So we'll see how that goes and see what happens with that. But real quick, now, like I said, a lot of things are going on right now. We're getting closer and closer to the draft. Um, Now with the money that we freed up, it's been a little scary and a lot of concerns about Donovan Wilson. Wilson was on the verge and is still on the verge of probably signing with another team now with a 30 million. Now, personally, this is what I'm saying, what I'm doing. I'm actually signing Donovan Wilson to a contract out of that 30 million. Out of that 30 million, I'm actually signing Donovan Wilson to a contract, which also leaves us to talk about the area at linebacker position. Well, hello, Pooh Butt. Hi, I'm actually doing a video. Are you gonna say good morning?
I looked at my teeth.
Yeah, you brushed your teeth.
Yeah.
Okay, what else you need to tell the Cowboy fans out there? Everybody's watching you. You
And something right there.
yeah, but are you gonna tell everybody good morning? Yeah, that's what's going on right now. Yeah, yeah, grandkids are here. Okay, so can you give Papa a little time and I'll be in there with you shortly?
Um, Papa, your phone is in there.
Okay, I'll be in there shortly, okay? Give me give me 2 minutes and I'll be in there, okay? All right, thank you. Close the door. Thank you, babe. And that's my poop butt. Now y'all got a chance to meet my poop butt. But anyway, so like I was saying, oh yeah, so let's talk about the linebacker position. We know that Bobby Wagner is also available out there. He could be a possibility as a potential future player for the Cowboys, depending on what the what is let me say, how can I say it? What he's asking for, but it can happen. Or the other option is basically signing Leighton Vander Esch. Now, right now, where it's saying they're talking about next 2 or 3 years for 6.5 million. What I was hearing out there, and which I think that's pretty good money for Leighton Vander Esch, 6.5 million, you know, per year for 2 years. So we have to fill that board as well. How we're going to do that at the middle linebacker, or we're going to let the youngster Damone Clark come in and be the starter. So that's some things that we have to look at as well. But I'm definitely getting Donovan Wilson signed with the money that we have generated. Also, with that being said, looking at the picks in the draft coming up. Now, there's one individual I have been looking at. You know how I am. I'm always talking about the draft and things like that. But um, there's one kid out there, and this is a possibility if we don't sign Donovan Wilson. This kid comes out of Pittsburgh. His name is Brandon Hill. This kid probably one of the hardest hitting kids in NCAA. So if you haven't watched his video and you get a chance, let me see if I can pull him. I'm gonna show you who he looks like. And this is a guy right here. Let me see here. Let's go here. This is the guy. That's Brandon Hill. You get a chance, pull him up. He's from Pittsburgh. This kid is, he's scary. He's scary. He's a scary guy. But this is another individual that we probably can draft in place of Donovan Wilson, along with Marquise Bell. Remember, we still have Marquise Bell, and we're also Malik Hooker. We're not for sure what's going to happen with that as well. So we got a lot going on right now, and still early. But I've always said that would nothing take place until we do something with Dak's contract. Now that Dak's contract has been restructured, now you're going to see some things happen. You're going to probably see some cuts. You're going to probably see, and also coming up this week is the free agency. Free agency market starts this week. So yeah, you're going to see some things take place here real soon. So let's continue to watch and see what happens. Now that we know that Dak has got $29 million up front as a signing bonus, and his base pay will be $2 million this year. So what that say for next year and the year after that, either Dak's going to prove himself or Dak will probably find himself somewhere else. So again, this is what we got going on. You know, again, at the 26th pick, I'll continue to say that I wanted to pick that running back, Jahmyr Gibbs up, and people say, well, I'm not getting a running back in first pick, but I just didn't see us paying $10 million for a running back. But it's a possibility that, you know, we might continue to have Tony Pollard and we might continue to have Zeke. Now, that's coming from Jerry. Is this something Mike McCarthy wants? We don't know. We don't know. If he's planning on running this West Coast offense, I guess they're going to split time, because you're going to have a fullback out there on the field. That's just part of, you know. And I don't know how often they're planning on using a scheme that uses a fullback. But if you're going to run this West Coast, you definitely need to run a fullback back there. So, again, we just have to see what happens, see what the Cowboys got going on. But, hey, it's something I just want to share with you guys. So, just what I think and my opinion. Thank y'all for being a part of this video. Thank y'all for being a part of the team. It's your boy, Cowboy fan.